All right, you can see I've serged all 4 sides. Now, just because that's the first step doesn't actually mean you have to do it first. You can do this sewing part first. I just did it first so you can see what it looks like. For the next part, it's really important that we follow our seam guide, okay? So my first one is at 5/8 of an inch. I'm sewing a box all the way around. So see right here, it says 5/8. So I'm gonna put my fabric in. I'm gonna line it up with 5/8. You're gonna start just a little ways down on the fabric. You're gonna sew forward a few stitches, and then you're going to hold the back stitch button so you can go backwards a few stitches. Then you're just gonna go forward to the bottom. All I'm doing is keeping my fabric lined up with that 5/8 line. That's my number one job. I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling, I'm just going slow and steady and keeping my fabric lined up. When I get to about here, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna pivot. To do that, I turn the hand wheel toward me till the needle's down in the fabric. Lift the presser foot and turn. So as you can see, I went a little too far. Now I'm at the 1/2 inch mark. That's not the end of the world. We're just gonna slowly ease it back over so it's back on 5/8. Okay, and I'm gonna do that all the way around the square. So this first stitch is a box all the way around your fabric. So again, I'm pivoting, lift and turn, and that time I did it pretty much close on to 5/8. It just takes practice, so don't stress out if you can't do it just right. And my last corner, needle down, presser foot up, pivot. That time I went a little too far, or not far enough, I mean. Okay, when I get back to the end here, once again, I'm going to back stitch. Every time you start and stop a seam, you back stitch, just like that. So now I have a box. Okay, my next one is to sew a straight line at 3/4. 3/4 is the same as 6/8. If this is 5/8, that makes this one 6/8. So I'm gonna line it up with that line right there. And I'm just going from the top of my fabric, back stitch, down to the bottom of my fabric. Notice it is very close to my 5/8 line. It's only 1/8 of an inch difference. They're supposed to be very close to each other. I'm not turning a corner because this is just a straight line. I'm back stitching when I get to the bottom, and I'm done. Okay, then I'm gonna come over here for my last line. I'm gonna change my stitch to number 2 because I'm gonna do a zigzag. This one is at 1 inch. 1 inch is the edge of the presser foot. So again, I'm just putting this, lining that up, starting at the top of my fabric, back stitch, and then when I get to the bottom, I'm gonna back stitch again. It is just that simple. So now I'm done. All 4 sides are serged. I have 1 box, 1 straight line, 1 zigzag line. Okay, turn the machine back to setting 1, trim up all your threads, staple this to the back of your paper, and then turn it in.